Yes, start Subarna.
Yes, sir. Since student life, he used to grab any camera and started clicking, which was out of love and curiosity. He used Agfa Click, box cameras, TLRs, and then SLR film cameras. Then he got admitted to PAT Dum Dum in 1986. But after second year, he had to quit due to transfer to a distant place for his job. In 2005, he was back to Kolkata and got himself admitted in the same course and completed his 3 years diploma in film media from PAD with a gold medal. After that, he started participating in national and international salons. Meanwhile, photography was changing to digital process and he accepted it gracefully and started learning from the masters and equipped himself with the digital knowledge and still continues to do so as he believes learning never ends. Through his works, he got many recognitions and distinctions. He retired from his service in 2013 and after that he got into this in full-fledged manner. Some like minded people assembled with him and decided to share their knowledge to the photo lovers, and the teachers served free of cost. He believes he is still a learner because there are so many genres that one can hardly be satisfied in one life. He is interested.
He wishes to capture their joy, sorrows, struggles, and hard ways of livelihood. He likes to portray their faces, which is a true document of inner self. Photography helps him to satisfy his urge to express his inner thoughts. He has interest in macro work too. His journey in this till his last breath with the beauty of such a medium that has brightened his life and has widened his contact regularly. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful, Subarna. Welcome, Subarna. And now we have come to a very important stage. Dhanbad Camera Club started last month to publish e-bulletin on the activities of last month of the club. It was just a beginning, so it was hardly 3 pages, and that too I was not knowing the art and technique of designing a bulletin. This time I have struggled hard and I have done something, and this for the month of November we are going to have a 20 pages colorful DCC bulletin, which contains the only activities or information or news about club for the month of October. Now I'll request our respected Anil Risal Singh sir to release the November issue of DCC bulletin. Over to you, sir.
Good evening and namaskar, friends. And first of all, I welcome Subrato Da.
Yes, sir.
I'm very sure that his presentation will benefit all of us this evening. And I thank Dhanbad Camera Club and Mukesh ji for giving me this opportunity to release DCC e-bulletin. So I'll be sharing my screen, friends.
Yes, sir. You can share your screen.
It is. Can you see it?
नहीं सर, अभी आपका स्क्रीन नहीं आया. It's not visible. Now it has come.
It has come.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a great opportunity for me to release the second e-bulletin of Dhanbad Camera Club. And as Mukesh ji informed you that this is the second issue last month in October. we released the first e-bulletin of DCC, and I think that bulletin was carrying 3 or 4 pages. But it was a great surprise for me that November's e-bulletin is having 20 pages. Very colorful, very beautifully formatted, and having the wonderful pictures. Very tastefully it was created. I was in constant contact with Mukesh ji, and I know he worked very, very hard. So I released the second issue of Dhanbad Camera Club's e-bulletin, and here it is. This is the front page, and I'll be sharing page by page. And this is the page which is carrying the information about the officials of Dhanbad Camera Club. We all know each other, so there is nothing so very special in it. And this is President's message. And in his message, Mukesh ji wrote that due to the pandemic, this webinar culture started. And since there was a lockdown and many other difficulties, we couldn't go outside our home. So this webinar have been started, and it was having a very good system to interact with each other in the pandemic condition. So it is very true. In the lockdown period, now the situation is coming very close to the normal. So, but we can just imagine when the situation was there that we cannot go outside of our houses due to the lockdown, and it was used to be a great punishment to be in the house all the time. But with this technology, with the webinars, we can interact each other. So it was a great thing. And now this is the second page, club activities during the October. And I felt very happy that Mukesh ji here introduced this page about Zanskar Valley trip. Myself and Mukesh ji, president of DCC, and another common friend of ours, Mr. Thrish Kapoor, along with the tour guide, Mr. Umesh Gogna, we went to Ladakh trip, the Zanskar region, the Zanskar Valley. It was started from Delhi by road, and it ended at Delhi. We started 22nd early morning from Delhi, 22nd September, and it ended late night on 4th October. It was fantastic trip. Not only we were able to make excellent photographic images, but the experience which we had there, it is very difficult to explain in words. And I always used to say that this trip was the dream trip for all of us. And we were very, very satisfied with, although it was a little difficult trip, but very, very fruitful. And I am really very happy that Mukesh ji included some information about this trip and some pictures also. I will enlarge it so that you can see the pictures. So upper two pictures were made by me.
सर जस्ट ए मिनट सर, ये जो आपका पेज है सर ना, इसको जो बीच वाला को थोड़ा इनलार्ज कर दीजिए तो और बड़ा आएगा.
हाँ, एनलार्ज कर दिया मैंने.
कर दिए सर, ठीक है सर.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
The second set of pictures by your president, Mr. Mukesh Kumar Srivastava. Milky Way at Rangdum on the left. And now these two pictures are from Mr. Thrish Kapoor. And ultimate, our tour guide's picture. Milky Way at the Glacier Drink Room and at Gumbo Rangjin. It's a beautiful mountain, sacred mountain, in fact. So it was wonderful. Now there is information about DCC photo walk, which was carried out on 24th of November. So these things are very, very good, and in a way used to encourage the members to strive for more better images, photographic images. And these clubs photo walk or outings are very, very beneficial for the club members always. So on 24th, this photo walk was at Kumar Toli. And I always feel this Potter's Place, the Kumar's Place used to be very, very interesting place. And we may be able to capture a very unique and wonderful images. I always feel very fascinated to be able to go at Potter's Place. So these are places, these are photographs. Mr. Pradeep Kumar Roy's two monochrome studies, then Mr. Harsh Dudhani's, and the photo review, another very important activity of the club. So Dhanbad Camera Club is going wonderful work. Then Dhanbad Camera Club is also having the master classes. We are having master classes by Mr. Subrata Kumar Das this evening, but on 9th October, we had by Mr. Prasanna Venkatesh, a well-known commercial photographer from Chennai. So this is the information and a screenshot of that webinar. And the link is also given there, hyperlink. If you click, you will go to that place. So this is another charming feature. Then achievements of the members of Dhanbad Camera Club. Yes, we should know about the achievements of the club. We should share the achievements of members. This is another way to encourage people and to get inspired. So first, our foreign friend, Barbara Smith, and these are two of her awarded images, which are on the screen. And, Mr. Saikat Chattopadhyay's, and he's a filmmaker we all know, and this film was screened there, of which he's the writer, photographer, director, and also acted in this film. So another different achievements in the field of cinematography by Mr. Saikat, wonderful. And Mr. Jyotirmay Yadav, especially I am happy because Mr. Yadav belongs to Lucknow, our own Lucknow, and he's going very well. He's started participating in salons, making entered his images for different photographic contests. So very good going, Mr. Yadav. Wish you all the very best. Then Mr. Mukul Mukherjee, he is on the move always. He used to travel a lot, and we all know when we travel to the different places, there are always opportunity to get new and beautiful pictures. And he got second position in Wildlife Week photography competition organized by the Bombay Natural History Society. Hearty congratulations, Mukulji. So then Mr. Pradeep Kumar Roy, he got many acceptances in the international salons. Remarkable thing. Then Mr. Sakun Chakravarti, he got the silver medal in 4th Photo Square International Digital Salon. Hearty congratulations, Mr. Sakun. Wish you all the very best. And then there is a very informative article by your president, Mr. Mukesh Srivastava. It's a technical article about the product photography. He has taken care of every aspect regarding the product photography, how one should use the 18% gray card for getting correct color radiation and getting the correct exposure, or one can use the incident light meter. Camera meter is not always good enough to give you the correct reading. So for precise technical work, we should always use the 18% gray card or the incident light meter, all that, and how the lighting should be. He by having the images, he explained how a very big tent sort of tub was made for the shadowless images, and how lights were set over there. So very informative, this technical article, and these are the outcome, the shadowless images, how one can take. So very informative. I went through this article and I found his very informative. So now what will be the next month's activities? Today, this is the 8th CVA DCC master class by Mr. Subrato Kumar Das, which we'll be having in a couple of minutes. Then a master class by Mr. Thrish Kapoor on 8th of
December wrongly
no,
mentioned.
December, I'm sorry. In December, we'll be having on 12th December by Mr. Thrish Kapoor. And another important activity, the workshop at Bodh Gaya. And it is from 27th to 29th December. And I'm very sure it must be full by now. And wish you all the very best, Mukeshji, for this workshop. I'm very sure it will be a wonderful workshop, and will give opportunity for the participants to click wonderful images. And another very important feature this e-bulletin is having the 2 images of the members of Dhanbad Camera Club. These are my 2 images from the residency. In Lucknow, residency is a place which always give opportunity to make wonderful images. This is my favorite place, and I always say, my photographer's friend, whenever you come to Lucknow, visit the residency. You'll be able to take wonderful picture. Then by our foreign friend and DCC member, Barbara Smith, these are her images. Then your president, Mr. Mukesh Kumar Srivastav's image. Very innovative images. Mr. Harsh Dudhani's images. So this is always wonderful to have few images of the members every month, because by seeing the images, by sharing our images, we learn a lot. And this is Mr. Jyotirmay Yadav's images of tiger from Lucknow Zoo. Then Mr. P.K. Roy's glamour and fashion images. Mr. R.K. Sahai's images. Mr. Sagar Parmar's images. And now, friend, Mr. Swapun Chakrabarti's images. And here, Mr. Saikat Chattopadhyay's images. And next, Mr. Sanjay Bose. And at the last but one page, this membership registration form is there. If anybody used to wish to be a member of Dhanbad Camera Club, he can fill this form and pay the membership fee and become the member of Dhanbad Camera Club. And at the last, this media coverage. Any activity Dhanbad Camera Club is having, the press of Dhanbad used to publish in its newspapers. Here are some of the information which was taken care by the different newspapers at Dhanbad. Wonderful, wonderful. And I would like to mention that these design of this e-bulletin and formatting is done by Mrs. Ritu Srivastava ji, the wife of Mr. Mukesh Srivastava ji. So, friends, here, this is the 20th page. Wonderful going. I wish the future issues of e-bulletin of Dhanbad Camera Club will be carrying much more information and wonderful pictures. Wish you all the very best. Now I stop sharing and hand
सर
over
एक बार
to.
फर्स्ट पेज दिखाइएगा सर एक बार फर्स्ट पेज आई वांट टू
Okay.
एक स्क्रीनशॉट रुचिरा तुम भी ले लो स्क्रीनशॉट फर्स्ट पेज का थोड़ा सा ऊपर कीजिएगा सर ना
हाँ, मैं करता हूँ. Right?
ओके सर दिस विल डू थोड़ा सा और ऊपर हो जाएगा सर ये आपका
बस अब ठीक है.
थोड़ा सा डाउन सर ज्यादा कट गया बस बस बस
ठीक है.
डन सर थैंक यू सर
Welcome, welcome. So now I stop sharing the screen and handing over to Mukesh ji. Thank you.
Done. Sir, you have really analyzed the bulletin like anything, in so detail. And I'm surprised and very happy.
Yes.
So much even इतना तो हम भी नहीं कर पाते जितना कि आपने इसको एनालाइज किया.
नहीं नहीं आप ही का ये सारी मेहनत है. I really appreciate Mukesh ji your efforts. It was tremendous effort to make 20 pages. It is not easy job.
Yes.
So I congratulate you and wish you all the very best for the
Yes.
future issues.
अभी now it will be confined to only 20 pages and every month activity will be incorporated within that number of pages. So now the pages are almost fixed. I think 20 pages bulletin is enough for the members.
That's right. That's right.
Now I will share my screen and I will show some amazing images by our host today, Sri Subrata Kumar Das. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, yes. It
Okay.
is.
I requested Subrata Da to share with me in the set of images submitted for EPF so that our members can get inspired.
Sure. But here title is there, I think it is Jawab Barbara.
Ah, yes, yes.
Oh,
kindly say it.
wrongly. I think there is some mistake. Wait. इमेज तो आप ही का है लेकिन
हाँ,
वो
image project है मेरे।
का चक्कर है.
ठीक है.
What happened? Why it is not coming? Wait.
अभी कोई बात नहीं. हम लोग ऐसे बोलने से चलेंगे.
नहीं वो ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. ये गड़बड़ हो रहा है.
सर फुल स्क्रीन स्किप कर दिए सर.
एक मिनट. हाँ कुछ लफड़ा हो रहा है. How to escape? Wait. Yes. एक्चुअली हमने जो मेरा रिमोट कंट्रोल है उसको हमने ऑन नहीं किया था इसीलिए नहीं आगे बढ़ रहा था. आई एम सॉरी फॉर द कॉपी पेस्ट मिस्टेक बट इट्स a set of pictures submitted
happens sometime.
No problem.
Subrata Kumar Das. This is one. His style of lighting is I really love it because the way he creates a color contrast and his favorite is the Rembrandt lighting and I love it.
Yeah. That's
This is one of his most favorite images. And then he visited Dhanbad as a faculty with Dhanbad Camera Club and IIT Dhanbad. So definitely we have the memories with him. in Dhanbad. This is in IIT campus. Students and model Priya Jha. And he explained in detail about how to set up the lighting and all. And then my association with Subrata Kumar Das, Principal IPA, is also very important because I always remember those memories, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years back. This is in 2015. We had a photo walk with the students of the IPA. Then in the classroom of IPA. I think the man sitting in the extreme right
Yeah, Bhaskar.
is no more.
Very sad.
We lost him very early, very soon.
Recently.
So it was a very sad happening for us. These are the students. This is another photo walk of IPA students. And we had a fashion workshop in Prinsep Ghat for the IPA students. It was wonderfully conducted. And thanks to our model, Sunita Mandal, and iska naam bhul rahe hum, Maitri.
Matthew.
And then I was very fortunate that a lot of members of IPA students, they visited Pushkar. Few of them stayed in my house. This is a group photograph in front of my house at Ajmer.
So loving scene.
Loving scene. It was a really great day for me because seeing people from Calcutta gathered in front of my house in Rajasthan at Ajmer is a really remarkable, and it's a very precious moment for me to preserve it.
Yes.
Then Subrata Kumar Das has done a lot of work in portrait. He is a master of portrait.
No.
And that's why today we are having his master class. But out of his all collections, there are a few images which always attract me a lot. I would like to show like this. You see the way he has used the dupatta, and arrangement is fantastic. This is a great image of him. Yeah. See the use and placement of large ornament. Oh, fantastic. He always give a stress on the eyes in the portrait because eyes is the most important part in the portrait. If eyes are not sharp and clearly visible, then the portrait is not worth seeing. And this is what he takes care. In all his portrait, eyes speak a lot. And then, friends, we are going to have a national photo contest on one single theme, Festivals of India, with a number of cash prizes. And this is sponsored by Chandan Studio of Dhanbad, and then Masoom Art Group of Daltonganj, Palamu, Jharkhand. And it's open now for the entry. Entry is free, and it will close on 4th of January 2022. Judging will be done on 6th January, and the result will be declared on 9th January when we will be having our next DCC master class. So during that class, the result will be declared. And then the jury members, our Chief Advisor Anil Risal Singh sir, Akhil Hardia ji, Husna Khot from Mumbai, and I am the alternative jury. In case anyone is absent, then I will act in place of that jury. I also requested one of my photographer friend from America, Jessica Jenny. Actually, at the same time, I requested Husna Khote and Jessica Jenny. Husna Khote responded immediately, but Jessica Jenny responded a couple of hours back. So let me see, in case needed, I'll replace myself with Jessica Jenny because she's a wonderful photographer and she is wonderful in post-processing also. I know her since 2004 or 5. And then our next master class by our great friend and great nature photographer, great mountaineer also, Threes Kapoorji, and who will be presenting the beauty of Janskar Valley on 12th of December at the same time, like we are having today. And I have seen his images. We all 4 persons, all 4 photographers, traveled together. We all reached to the same location, but we all 4 have different point of view in our images. I have not seen any images which is similar for everyone. Everyone was free to take his own point of location to capture the photograph, and everyone has done differently. It is a wonderful trip. I think it is a multiple. The images are multiplied by 4 times during this trip. I think thank you very much. Now this time is required for Subrata Da to give his presentation. Subrata Da, over to you.
Okay.
Although let me tell something. Although Subrata Da has got some problem in his knees, I know it is very difficult for him to even stand for a even short period. He is not able to climb the you can say stairs also, but he has taken trouble. Like, no, for Dhanbad Camera Club, I will do it, and he is doing must be he is having taken some capsule or tablet of painkiller to present his webinar. Thanks a lot, Subrata Da. We are very much privileged to have you with us today. Please carry on.
Before starting my job, rather, I have some feelings in me about Dhanbad disease class, about Mukeshji, and on the other, my sir, Anil Singh sir, and all the great photographers here, and my other colleagues, other photo colleagues. What I feel about Mukeshji, when I visited first time in 2015 in Dhanbad, actually Dhanbad, there was hardly any culture of photography. It was not so as we are today, as Dhanbad is today. And this credit absolutely goes to Mukeshji. So he has started nurturing how it can be spread among the audience enthusiasts. And he has done a lot. Though there was scope, but nobody used it. But he is the person who has done all these things, because he has raised a wave there about photography. All the people of Dhanbad have become now familiar with the subject, this is photography. So my all gratitude to him regarding this. And he's such a person, he never goes back with any subject. He's always open. He always takes chances of how it can be done, Even during the COVID period, he tried to get pictures from Calcutta, and he is at Dhanbad. He also ventured that process also. He advised me, I got convention with him how we had to make this, etc. But he never goes back. In these years of his life, he always try to learn something, to venture new avenues of photography. That is most interesting, and that's more encouraging me for me too. And that is why my association with him from the very first day at IPA, or before that, I enjoy it very well all the time. All the time I try to keep contact with him. So I take it a very fortunate enough that I got chance today to share my job or share some experience. I never take it as a master. I would like to keep it apart from master's class, rather. I just share my experience, because all the masters are here. So how I can say that I have no master's class? I'm afraid of speaking like this. Anyway, when all the great photographers are here, I will try to share. If there is any mistake or there is not spoken up, you will add or correct me. This is the thing, and the bulletin you have published, it is really a great job, and the sir has shown it in such a way that it has become more interesting. We have become more interested. I will go it more intensively. Then I will find it, see it, and read it. I see when the Mukherjee is there, and that everything will be something different. And the last interesting name is that Mr. Srivastava, and Mr. Rituji has got involved within it. That is the most interesting part. He has not only make interested others, but his home part has not been apart from. That is the most interesting part. So before starting my job, whatever I have learned, that I will just share. And that's all. I will try my best. I have made it in writing. Just I'm going to explain it. Okay, then can I share my screen?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. I am privileged to have these chances. Thank you, Mukherjee, and thank you, everybody.
Carry on.
Share my screen.
Welcome, Barbara Smith. Barbara, welcome. Are you hearing me, Barbara? Barbara, your audio is not on, I think. Barbara? Okay, Sudhanda, carry on. You share your screen. I think they is having some problem with audio.
Can you see my screen? I think no.
Yeah, your screen was visible that time. Again, you share. Barbara, can you hear me? She was outside Germany, but she ensured that she will, the moment she lands in her home place, she will join the session. Subhadra, share कीजिए.
Share कर रहा है, लेकिन this is my screen. What is my screen? What is my screen?
जो नीचे है, हाँ, आ गया, आपका स्क्रीन आ गया. Now your screen is visible.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yes, I am opening my PowerPoint.
Okay, please.
It is on portrait photography. So let us speak a few words as I know.
Still your PowerPoint is not visible.
PowerPoint is not visible?
No, only the black screen is visible.
That's right.
How it is? Now it is?
No, it's visible. Yes.
Huh? Is it
Yes, now it is visible.
okay. Now this is my PowerPoint. I go to the next page.
तो उसको वैसे कीजिए ना, ऊपर में है ना स्लाइड शो, उसको क्लिक करके
हाँ
ऊपर में एक है ना ऑप्शन स्लाइड शो का,
कहाँ है?
वो बड़ा स्क्रीन आएगा.
ऊपर में कहाँ लिखा है? ओ अच्छा वो रहा.
हाँ, ऊपर में एक है स्लाइड शो का ऑप्शन.
ये तो बड़ा दे दिया.
हाँ ठीक है.
अभी ठीक है.
अब ये एरो की से बढ़ता रहेगा, ठीक है ना?
Okay. Now my subject is on portrait photography. Now what is portrait photography? It is known to all my masters, yes, but I will try to again explain this. The portrait photography to portray some person, to portray a person or a part of the person, which is most important, which I have learned from our master. The part of a person is also a portrait photography. For example, I can say if I shoot the eyes of a great dancer, say like Jamini Krishnamurti, or say the parts of like pairs of their feet, like Uday Shankar ji. तो ऐसा जो इसको होता है, जो लोग कोई भी उसको मुद्रा से हमको मिल जाता है, तो वो भी हमको बोलता है, जब वो भी पोर्ट्रेट फोटोग्राफी बन जाता है. इसलिए हम लोग सामने सर ने सिखाया not only the full body or the face or the head and shoulder shot, but part of the person in such a way we take out that will also become a portrait photography. So what we portray, take out the inner self. That is the main part. The gist of the portrait photography is nothing but to express a person of his inner self. Unless we we can see the inner self of the person, whether it is the characteristics of that person, his likeness, his mood, his most important is expression of the person. Expression, mood, and emotional gesture. And these are all which is noticeable in him. Just we have to take out in our picture, in our two-dimensional picture. That's the most important and difficult. But where from we can get it? We can get it from our facial portion associated with other parts of our body, like hands, fingers, eyes, lips. Whatever about lips, I can say. Mukherjee one thing gave us. If you say your model is just closing her lips, if you ask him to say some vowels letters, A, E, I, O, U, if you ask him silently say A, his lips will open up and his hard expression will be different. And if you ask him to say O, her lips will be changed and her mood will be changed, her vision will be changed. This is a very good a lesson he gave us, because lips are always speaks a lot. Eyes, that is the most important part of a portrait. The fingers, the hands you use, you see the some of the persons, they use their hands in different way to express their expression. So those other parts of the body is also important. For that, what we have to do? We have to read a lot. What do you have to read? We have to read their face, their expression, and we have to go talk along for them to change their moods, how they change their posture, how they change their eyes movement, how they change their facial expressions. This is all very important. We say that it is called a face is the mirror of the mind, and eyes are also the windows of the mind. And so while we keep watch and read the face, we have to be very careful. What I'm speaking to him, but at the same time, I'm watching all his or her gestures or expressions, and that I have to learn. What moment or what angle or what gesture, or even after that, when I will scheme, then what dress or costumes will be suitable for him or her. So a good portrait, either in painting or sculpture or photograph or in any other medium, always be able to draw our attention by our artistic representation of his face and expression and mood, and also the attitude also. A portrait can tell us how the person wants to be seen. Because if you are going to portray a dancer, we have to keep in mind that she is a dancer or he is a dancer. So that's to be seen, how he is to be seen. That we have to make. If you go to portray a very actor or actress, you have to keep in mind she or he is an actor or actress. So that is how he is known to us. That thing we have to be kept in mind. The whole story or essence of the person to be shown in a single frame, and that is the most difficult part of the portrait photography. In a single frame, you have to catch up all these things. So it is told that portrait photography is one of the difficult branches of the photography. So very few persons actually travel this path. So we also be very careful when we will take on the portrait photography. In a portrait photography, generally face is predominant in the frame. The inner man is reflected in the face, and the interior is arrested by the exterior. There are so many rasas. Rasas means the expression, gladness, sadness, anger, any jovial mood or any pensive mood of a person readily available from his face. The artist's mastery lies there to unveil the inner self or the interior through his exterior arrangements. That is the most difficult thing. So we have to take out his inners. Within us, we have so many photographs maybe with us of our own, but all photographs we do not like. Some of the image or a few images will say, yes, this looks as I am, either in mood or in my looks or in my posture or fingers, because you will see, fine, all of your pictures are not good. That means you are not reflected, your inner has not been reflected in that picture. That is the most difficult thing. So our only aim is to take out the inner self, to capture the inner self of one person. The unknown interior we have to take out. So it is not when a viewer sees, he feels direct acquaintance with the person. That is the most important. That it gives some. He will feel, yes, I know this fellow. When I see the picture of Anand Tagore or Ms. Satyajit Ray, we'll see, yes, the fellow, what I have seen, what I have learned about him, I find is in the picture. It is there. And that is the most important thing. If it is also told, the photographer has a statement to make about the person portrait. It's simply no good if he cannot portray it. It is observed that only a few, last I added it, it is observed that only a few of our famous photographers have walked along this path with success. And how to do that? The question is now, we have seen how to observe it or to talk it. Even I have seen that some great portrait artist has talked to the person, not even for a whole day, no, even for a month, to find out how he will depict him or her. So it is very important to have a interaction with him for a long, with a keen observations from his facial expression or other parts of the body. Proper knowledge, that is what we call. It can be done by use of effective lighting also. Lighting has a great role in making portrait. Use of proper focal length of a lens is also plays a role. Camera placement or distance, how far, how long, how much I will expose. That is the most important. By placing in a matching backdrop also. That is very much important. I have chosen some photographs from my favorite photo artist that will show the backdrop how it is important. And then by means of posing. And costumes plays an important role. And the depth of field, how much I will show the depth of field. And lastly, the composition. How the head and shoulder picture, or if it is in totality, how it will be placed and how it will be composed. That is the most important thing. In lighting, about lighting, it is important very, very much. So a few words I would like to add here. Lighting is a great factor in portrait studies. Control light is very essential. Control lighting, you see that there are two types of lighting we can get. One is the natural lighting in nature from sun, and another is our indoor lighting. Indoor lighting we have control, so we call it control light, and the general light, that is the daylight, we can also use. We can, if we properly use daylight. I have seen great pictures in daylight. I have also tried to take some my favorite pictures in daylight, even room light and even the window light. Those are very very effective in making portraits. The tone of the portrait is the prime importance. What tone I will keep there. The general tone is usually avoided. For all rigid expression, that is low key is preferable and high key is not suitable for male portrait, because male are in general in a habit of tough and rough. So there we like a bit of low key lighting. To show the soft and sweet mood of a female or of a baby, we use soft light. By use of spotlight, we can have a sharp or concentrated rays of light, which offer contrast in our picture. And this contrast is a must in low key portraits better. For high key, every light should be soft enough to avoid hard shadows. Generally, diffuse light best suitable for these purposes. It is rarely possible to have a good portraits in outdoor lighting, because as we have no control over this, we can use the some hours. Say in the morning, we nearly use up to 9 o'clock, from 6 to 9 o'clock. The light gets better. We can use backlight, we can use side light. But in a top light, we cannot use, because we will get shadow in your eyes. So but then at that time, what we can do? We can play with the shadows. But at the end of days, from 3 p.m. onwards to sunset, we can use another golden lights for the portraits. And even if we like to make it in different way, with the background or with the sun rays, etc., we can play with that also to find out another type of portrait. That's also good. But use of daylight and use of indoor light is different for making portraits. Normally, the arrangement of light in short, we can say here, it will come under the indoor lighting. Anyway, we use the key light. Key light means that will give the prime features. How will keep the shadow, how will keep the lights. That is called key light or called with spotlight. And secondary light, it is diffuse light used to illuminate the shaded portion of the image of the faces. Normally reflectors, bounce light, or diffuse clothes are used. And another is rear angle light. Actually, this adds beauty to the portrait. It adds, gives some dimension. In your 2D pictures, it brings out the illusion of 3 dimensions. That is most effective and the most difficult too. If you make it very beautiful, your picture will speak different. If you cannot make it properly, it will not give that amount of beauty. So it is known as dimensional light, and it is from rear angle. It is used from back of your face. Effective light. If you wish to give some special emphasis on any light, then we call it effective light. Both dimension and effective light should be utilized with spotlight with low density. In addition, top light, backlight, etc. are also used. The angle of viewing portrait or light setting to be done with utmost care to utilize these ingredients to enliven the object of this study in all varying moods. It is artist insight, understanding the exterior to unveil the interior, unknown interior of the man and the scene also. The technical setup. Technical, how we'll make it? It should be in such to conform to the requirements. The camera in a studio shoot placed at a comfortable distance from the subject. Other settings for a studio shoot, as discussed under, we use normally manual mode. Why use manual mode? Because if we get to the shutter mode, shutter priority mode, or if we go for the aperture priority mode, then it will not be possible because there is synchronization matter. What is synchronization? Now, when you the light, it is light, studio light, and not continuous light. It is flash lights. It will flash up for million of seconds only. So you have to synchronize with your shutter speed. When it flashes, your shutter will remain open. But if it remains open for a long time, it will remain for a minimum time, your picture will not be there. Your picture will be either burnt or your picture will be half, etc. So there is a synchronization. Normally, before in the film area, we used 1/30th of a second to keep it open. And now we can use even 1/250 seconds or 50 seconds. And in that, if we keep it, it is okay. We will get the total lights. So if we go for aperture priority without manual mode, what will happen? The camera will select the shutter speed. That may not be within the synchronization period. So we cannot go in the shutter priority. If we go for shutter priority, then we cannot get the proper aperture value. Camera will decide what will be the. So it may not be to our likings. So we always prefer, we have to do manual mode so that we can set all these things as per our requirement. Regarding ISO, I have seen the lower the ISO means lower the chances of appearing any distortion, any grains, etc., etc. But what again I have noticed, or we have noticed, rather, in 100 ISO, it becomes contrasting. Picture becomes a little bit contrasting. So we kept tried, not 200, but if we keep it in 160, normally all I have taken in 160 because there it is for portrait, skin is a matter, smoothness is a matter. So we keep it 160, it gets a smooth effect. But 100, it gets some contrast effect. So I always advise others, they go for 160, it is better, less contrasting. We have tried it, we have seen it after making. And synchronous shutter speed, so maximum is 150 in the high value camera. But other cameras, you can go for 160, is better. So we also keep it 160. If you don't get the 1 to 50 seconds, so it means. And then it comes to, there is some lighting meters also. We can use light meters, but all the time light meters is not perfect. Because it is incident meters, but what we get a picture, it is a reflected light. So always doesn't match. We have to go for trial and error method in that. We can get an idea just. It is F18 or F11 or F15, but then we have to again try. Metering. We know there are such metering. what is called spot metering, what is called center rate metering, and the matrix metering. I always use the spot metering because I can spot where from I could take the light, proper light. And in portrait, I always keep it in the eyes, spot in the eye, on the eyes. And somebody takes it on the center rated because it covers more area and 60% of the frame almost. So they do not wish to take the risk of spotting at the wrong place. But if you are a matured one, ultimately you will spot at proper place. And matrix, when you try to get the total, suppose if some conceptual shooting are made using the total background, then matrix will work good in that case. In white balance, what should the white balance? Somebody likes to keep it auto, but we never keep it auto. We have seen that when we use auto, it gives a different tone. They speak that we will make it good in our camera or in our other thing, but I don't think so because it is advisable for daylight. I have seen that daylight works good because our stove lights are matching with the sunlight. So daylight works very fine. For headshot, keeps focus on eyes. Sharpness is the utmost important. Whether your picture be good, if it is not sharp, if it is not in focus, it will be just simple thrown out. For full length portrait photography, we focus at the center of the body point, and lighting is done accordingly. Aperture depends on the light intensity. Use of depth of field of also one chooses to work. Whether I will use the full 1.8, whether I will use f11, that depends. On the light intensity, what light I am using, and that will take the decision because my shutter speed is fixed. So I'll keep it not increase to a certain extent. So I have to adjust the light. What light I should use, what to create the mood of the picture. So we have to trial and error method. You have to go it. What should be experience will also help to go on with this setting of apertures. Now lens use. First lens we should. Then people ask what lens we do. Can we do it with the 35 mm? We say the 35 mm have a wide range of view, wide level angle. Angle of view is better. AOV is greater. That means your light does not spread to such an extent to corner. There you will get black spotlight. But 50 mm, yes, okay, because these are all prime lens. Always prime lens do the best. Prime lens has no alternative. I always prefer prime lens to go. If I can get it. 50 mm is also our normal lens, but we have to walk towards the model or away from the model to make the frame. And if you use the zoom, another light is lens I use normally, that is 105 mm. It is a macro lens studio. I always use the macro lenses for portrait photography, head and short photography, because the details you get, the blurring you get with this type of lens is very nice. So all my pictures still today, I use 105 or 60 mm macro lenses. And 85 mm prime lenses is known as portrait lens. This also makes very good. Different companies makes with different parameters. So it is very nice if we can get proper 85 mm lens. Zoom lenses like 1685 or 1805 or 18120, these are commonly used, but their performance is not far better than what I have told earlier. 7200 lens is a very good lens. It is very widely used by the professional people also because they are very well made, well built. And 2470 is a common lens somebody used, but I think it is good for the conceptual shoot. It works better, not for the head and shoulder. In digital camera, we have known another factor, which is what is called crop factor. Crop factor means when you use the crop camera, factor camera, then DX camera, then there your sensor is less in size than the full frame camera. Then you will make the ratio between the length of their diagonals. There will find one factor that we call normally what we use today. That we call 1.5 normally for the Nikon. Then if you use 70, actually your effective length will become 70 plus 0.5. That means half, 35. It will become 105. You think I have taken it 70 mm. Actually, you got in 105 effect, proper effect. Effective factor will be that. So you have to always keep in mind also what I'm using the focal length. Now, background. It plays an important role in the portraits. A dark background is always preferable for digit expression, while a soft mood suits lighter background better. Recently, I have seen the colored and multicolored backgrounds are also being used, tried for. And conceptual shooting, there are so many backgrounds they are now using. And even the painted one or design background are also being used nowadays. Sitter, where will sit? It is often asked us, so where the sitter will sit. Normally, what we practice, 5 to 7 feet minimum. Because if you go closer to if you place the sitter very near to the background, what will happen? The dust particle or the creases will be very focused. But we don't want that. We want a little bit diffused background in case of single color. So it will be, even when we know about the backlighting on the backside rear angle, there we need the space to make. So minimum 5 to 7 feet is okay, not less than that. Now, portrait is generally classified in 3 major groups. One we call characteristic portraits, another we call creative portraits, another we call experimental portraits. Apart from all these, there are wide variation of portraits types depending on the purposes and uses, such as starting from engagement portraits, wedding portraits, business cards and identity cards, portraits of personalities in an event, social or official, or baby shootings. So many that, but after all, if we generalize, we can just 3 different type of categories: characteristic portraits, and the creative portraits, and the experimental portraits. So what is characteristic portrait? By name, it is clear, clearly indicates the purpose. It is the purpose of characterization. Here, particular expression that brings out the essence of one's personal character, and so character revelation is the essence of good portraiture here. A characteristic portrait should bear expression extremely personified, capturing mood which shifts every moment, changing expressions. Photographer should find out extra features by intense observation and select the right expression. May add surroundings or other objects. Even the shadow can be included to strengthen the characteristics of the person. Camera consciousness is another factor, stands in the way of a good portrait shoot. For this, to go on conversation with the person, to make him or her easy, and to get familiar with their setups and wait for the desired moments. A tone of the portrait already discussed. Now, creative portraits. It is creative portrait. The picture must be created wholly in the minds of the artist that resembles and symbolizes the personality of the person being photographed. Here, artist intention is dominating. He can add many things, but those ultimately build up a new expression and mood of that person, which is matching. An experimental portrait, it is a kind of surrealistic approach based on the technical application of the photographic process. Distortions are also allowed here. It is the artist's intention. As it is purely experimental, so no borderline can be drawn here, humbly set up, and rather expressed in an unconventional ways. So we conclude that from the above discussion, we understand that portraying a person requires high skill, combining ability to observe, ability to knowledge on facial expression, changing of moods, right time of clicking, along with sound technical qualities for use of lights, lenses, backgrounds, proper camera use. Combination of all can produce a very good portrait. Now I have selected some slides of what I will show. I have chosen it from my favorite portrait artist, Yusuf Katz. He is my very favorite one. So I have chosen his slides to show it here. It is a characteristic portrait. So you can see the portraits, you can see. What he has seen, he have told that look and think before opening the shutter, because the heart and mind are the true lens of the camera. This is the main thing. Well, camera does not work. The person behind the camera works. So your heart and click will ask you to click in the right moment. You see how the proper use of control light use, how one can depict one character as if what the person is, it appears to the viewer that yes, it is the same person. Sometimes what I have seen, you will see the gesture of somebody even from the behind. It doesn't mean that you have to face it to be seen, because you can, when you are walking, if you see someone is very familiar to you, you can recognize him from the behind. So he is so busy familiar, even the back of the person also becomes a portrait. So he has taken this portrait. And you know, this is a great historical image. What he made, our great Mr. Churchill. A big story is also there. Anyway, when he's taken out the cigar from his mouth, he just made his facial expression like this, and he wanted to do this because it expresses his character. He's like this. So he dared to take out the cigar. A photographer has every right, he has to be, have the courage to make his model what he wants to show. And after that, he remarked, a photographer can tame a lion. He remarked after this photograph. He granted only 5 minutes, but after all 30 minutes he gave, and then he became his fan. It is a photographer's credit, photographer's personality, photographer's interactions. It plays a very vital role with the model. You see the great man, we all know Martin Luther King. And you see that his character speaks. The photograph within the two frames speaks his personality. That is the greatness. The costume, the angle, his looks, when he clicks, totally will be different. And you see when I'm talking about the background, you know the Fidel Castro. If you would, we are given two, or you would choose a different costume, or you would choose a different background, a solid, beautiful background, it doesn't match, I think. So the lighting, you see the light and shadow, and his struggle, his fighting spirit, he's a fighter, that would come out of the picture. Then that is our success. And you see that how the background he has chosen, and the costume and the lighting and the posture, the fighter is relaxing after a big combat. So this impression should come out. And it is his self-image. Every photographer tries to take his self-image. I also have tried, but he's a great photographer. You see the posture for his looks and his placing of fingers. All of us have some special mood or special choice of placing our hands, and that is the individual, and that you have to look for. And he likes this, and he shoots it in this way. You see the great scientist, Einstein, how he has placed his eyes. You think that he is a person who thinks, and the lighting intensity, how he has played the role. There should be some mysteries. Our fingers or our hands plays a great role in our emotions, to express our emotions. And he used a special lighting to illuminate the hands or fingers. That we'll see in his picture if we notice it keenly. Here is the portrait of our great artist, and he used another item which represents his skill. The lighting, and you can use this. And she's an actress, so the luster, the glamour of the actress, you should keep in mind. The lighting, you see the lighting effects, all lights. There should not be any darkness. There should be in a very jovial mood. That expresses the posture, the lighting, the costumes, and the angle he has fitted, how in the composition, this all makes the difference. And when you are shooting a king or queen, it should be totally different. The costume would be different. There is hardly any black. The hairs, and you see the jewels, the crown, and the lighting charge from the behind on the cheeks, that is creating his all light, because he is in glamorous mood. She's a king, queen. So you have to think like this. And another actress is there, but she is different from the before actress. So he has been placed in different way, in the different tones of the picture in the background. But her mood is different. And you see Mr. Dali, he used this one. Why? Because the man, he is different from all others, and his vision is different, and that he has impressed on this by placing a magnifying glass on it, which is made that he is different from others. This innovation, he can think, he can add. That he can see further more than ordinary people. as a thinker person, you can say that use it like this. But control light helps like this to use it very well, which is not possible in sunlight or natural light. There's another light, it's the same thing. You see the picture, how when you have to take the full frame or when you have to take the head and shoulder. Here, head and shoulder would not work better than this. So I think in the, and the costume and the red color and the white combination in the black background is very nice. And what I have told earlier, there's your parts of a body also becomes a portrait. You see the fist. You see the fist and you can recognize the whose fist is this. The person is kept in the, I thought about the depth of field in the picture. You see the depth of field, how it can be used, where you have to emphasize. And somebody asked me, can you use wide angle lens in a portrait? I told yes. I have seen the picture where when you have to emphasize on particular picture like this, then you can use the wide angle also. But that use is very, I think, we judiciously have to use. But it's very difficult to use wide angle lens for a portrait. And this is my picture one, normal picture, in soft light, soft mood. You see now the different expression of the same person, but he has put it in different way. But his mastery, the I am the law, I am the king, what he used to say, that is now it is coming out. That's by placing, that's why you look at his eyes, you see his expression, and you see the light intensity has been placed on the right side of the face. It's totally different. What I am telling, this picture, only the parts of the body can tell you who is the fellow, who is the person. This is also part of the portrait. The great artist, great writer. And his mood, he is always very humorous. And that mood is also been placed here. And see the fingers, that is properly light. He is known for his humor. And that expression, he has clicked. She's an actress and he has been placed in white background. In background, the contrast you see, it just came out of the frame. So like, and here is another type of expression. You can use other things, but that should add to the portrait. Because their fingers speaks a lot. So he has especially lightened their fingers, apart from their faces. Because they're blind. That is one contour lighting, just put it. The mood you have to capture. That will speak who is he. Matching with the dresses, costumes. You see that also. Here the background you what I am telling of. The background you have to choose. Here you see the background is totally matching with that attire. With her attire. Totally. Beautiful. You see the house softness. Here if we use any black, it would not work. It would not look so nice. That is your brilliance, how we can make all the things. You see how nice the profile picture is. You have seen this earlier. Now we can see now some creative portraits. We have seen now it is a characteristic portrait. Now we can see some creative portraits. You see creative portraits. He has added this to portray his model differently. Third billion expression, billion making, your dream and actual reality. Moods on the lighting. Color gel. Very beautiful. The composition, the tone, the eyes, so nice. This picture I like very much because I can see the mood, I can see how I can feel his emotions. In the great universe, the sound, the music is great. And just like I can hear the music. Using of textures. These are all creativeness, but that is portrait, but in different ways of expressions. Now, if we go for experimental portrait, it's totally different. It has the artist creation in surrealism. It starts from here. You see, it is portrait, but in different form. Presentation is far different from the normal. But you can recognize the person. If you allow me, I can show you some nice shots. Would you allow me?
Sure, sure, sure.
Yes, please, sir, please.
Thank
We
you.
need that. We are waiting for that.
No, not that. After seeing so great pictures, it cannot be like. These in daylight pictures. You see that daylight can make also good pictures. It is in our great, the Makar Sankranti, you know, when the people thronged at the Babu Ghat, our place in this planet area. And they are from people from all around India. They come there, and I can find just so many faces there. All the faces I cannot get at a time at a place, one place. So once I decided that today I'll go for only to capture the faces. That day I took only one lens, the 60 mm prime lens, macro lens, and I got 100 of faces. Only a few I have finished, and this is one of my favorite one. You see how details you can get with the macro lenses. And it's a daylight picture, complete, open white, at around 7 or 8 a.m. like that. It is also in my room light, because the light was just got fallen on my floor and reflected on the face. And I asked me, she is my sister-in-law. I asked her to stand and properly. Then I added some grand textures. You see how it works. It works beautifully. Only the sunlight, but reflects the sunlight does that. Isn't in studio light. Tone, I told about that tone. You can say the tone like this. It is not in daylight. That is why, and how the depth of field can be used, and that is why I have kept this picture for. It is for our students too. So they see how depth of field can be used to give the prominence. This one. This was of my Guru Venu Sen. It is in still it is in our studio, kept there. It is in the field mirror picture. Okay, now this is all about you, and I would like to share another some experimental pictures. I'm taking time for a few seconds. Only 10 pictures.
Please carry on.
I only 10 pictures I will show you. I have made it in my ways. Here it is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Because his name is Bloody End, because it was not due to her, but it has happened. It's some glass textures, and that is it.
Is it post-processed or actual shoot?
Actual shoot was the picture behind.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Then I treated it in software.
Okay.
Here is another. It was actual shoot, but the drop blood state was given later with brush. What I wanted to mean, that there is pains in everybody's heart. Even the Indian ladies have more pains due to our social structure. It is also like that and that. She was not due for it, but her fate has given like this. Is another one. This is just a few days back. During Durga Puja, it came to my mind. Let's try. Try like this. And this is one is captivity, because that the thorns like this, they are captured in captivity like this. They cannot come out. They can look out only for the brighter days, for the brighter views, but they cannot come out. This is all, sir. So I can stop my share, sir. Now I wish to get your views and learn something if you can speak over it. First of all, I will ask Anil Singh, sir, if you speak something, but I could not.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Friends, if you have any questions to ask, please ask him. Because in fact, I know him very well. He is the master in portrait photography.
Master.
Anyone? Then now let me ask some questions from Subhadoda.
Yeah.
Subhadoda, you have shown the impact of ISO on the contrast.
Yeah.
Okay, likewise, you have mentioned there that ISO 100 gives more contrast, ISO 160 gives less
smoothing.
Okay. So if I keep on increasing the ISO, will we get less contrast?
There are more chances of appearing grains if you enlarge it, and there will come more grains. I should say digital noise, because we are now not using chemicals. So wherefore we can get grains.
Definitely, we should not go beyond 400 ISO. I think so. Is it not?
Again,
it depends on camera also.
It depends on the right.
Yeah. One more question. You have shown shutter speed 1/250 seconds.
Max.
It is the maximum. It is not.
Until it get split.
Okay. Then again, one more question. You are using 85 millimeter and 105 millimeter both.
Yeah.
Both are prime lenses.
Yes.
And, well designed for the I can say closer portraits. Okay. So can you tell us about your experience with both the lenses? Which lens is more useful for what kind of portrait? Because both are almost 100 millimeter. Because 85 millimeter, 105, both are very close to 100 millimeter. So what is the specialty in each and both the lenses?
Okay. If you ask me to shoot only the head and shoulder portrait, first of all, then and if you give me two lenses, and 85 and 105, then I will think of the camera. What body will give, DX body or apex body. If it is full frame body, then it will give the proper length. What is 85 or what is 105? In that case, I'll choose 105 macro lens. As because in macro, you get more details, more clarity, and the beautiful blurring at the backside. But 85 also give blurring. I don't know. I choose always 105. 85, but, I think 105 is better than it. 85 is not a macro lens.
So if I conclude that if one is having 105 millimeter lens, then he does not need 85 millimeter.
I think so, because for the last 5 or 7 years, I am using this 105.
Yes, sir. Please, Anil sir.
First of all, I wish to thank Subrata Da for the wonderful presentation on portrait photography. 2 vital informations which I got from his presentation is that in digital photography also, when we use the lower ISO, then we'll get the contrasty image, and when we increase the sensitivity, then we get the softer image. I remember in analog photography, it was the same. When we were using the film of the lower ICO, slow speed films, there was a contrast. And when we use the higher shutter speed film, there was a softness. So I didn't know that it was same with the digital technology also.
Yes.
So this is the one vital information I got. And second, as Subrata Da suggested, 105 macro lens he used to prefer for portrait photography, because macro lens give you more clarity and sharpness and all that. So I was not knowing that macro is a proper lens for portrait photography. So Subrata, thank you so very much for providing us this great information. Thank you so much.
Subrata, I have got one more question, because I'm just putting this question so that the participants can get this kind of information in detail. When you go for let us talk about the indoor portrait photography.
Yes.
When we go for indoor photography, definitely we need to have the details in the eyes, details on the ornaments the model is wearing. Okay. Again, the detailed textures of the costumes he is wearing. So for that situation, what value of aperture we should prefer?
Normally, see, if, depending on the background, whether I wish to have the backgrounds or details, or we don't want the background details. If we don't want the background details, then we should focus on the face of the portrait.
Okay.
In that case, lower will do it better. But I think f8 is the best one, because it will give you the proper sharpness or details lightning. If we go for 1.8, somebody I've seen they use 1.8, 1.4. That depends on the light condition, what light I'm using at that time. But if I go for normal shooting, I will prefer f8 for a normal lighting, or f11.
Very good. One thing, Subrata, I have seen, in case you open the aperture wider, and then the depth of field
will be lesser.
And then in case you focus on the eyes, then you will lose the details on the ornaments he's wearing.
Exactly, you are correct.
Yeah.
That is why I use f8.
F8. But now let me share my experience, because it may be different for your experience. I was using f8 to f11 always.
Right.
Okay. In recent past, I experiment with f16 in the indoor portraits. And I'm very happy, because the kind of depth of field, the kind of clarity, the kind of details I am able to get in the eyes, in the ornaments, either in the ear or on the neck or in the bangles.
You get more details. Okay.
I get wonderful clarity and details. So now now in my studio light, because we can control the light. So we can go for
That's the
any-
point. What kind of light I'm using? What intensity of
Yeah.
light I'm using?
So now I'm using only F16 for all my studio portraits. Outdoor portrait is different altogether.
No, that is F16 okay, but if I use the lights on various angles, on from multiple light I use, then you have to use a higher the aperture.
Yes.
You have to use. They depends. So intensity is one of the factors, main factors. Like what kind of light I'm using.
Wonderful, for a wonderful interaction also, Subrata.
Thank you.
And I think the participants must have got benefited with detailed description of the types of portrait photography, likewise characteristic photography, experimental photography, creative photography. So one more question, Subrata. Nowadays there is I can say, a style has evolved to post-process the black and white portrait too much.
Black and white from color.
Let me finish, sir, because I have got some feeling about that. Because once we play too much in the post-processing with the skin textures, it looks very unnatural.
No, that is your choice. Yeah, how far you will choose, because we cannot go beyond the normality. Beyond
Yeah.
normality, you cannot go.
Yeah.
Because people will not accept. People will say, "What? She does not look like this, or he does not look like this. How we have given this picture?"
Yes.
That's the limit we have to be kept within ourselves.
Very good.
Processing is always have to be avoided.
Any question, Sakat, Jyotirmay Yadav or R.K. Saha?
सर
Anybody?
मुकेश जी मुझे एक सवाल पूछना था.
एकदम पूछिए, feel free.
Yes, sir.
सर, I'm Narendra from Ahmedabad.
Yes, sir.
सर, भास सर, आपने जो कहा था कि हेडशॉट के लिए
Yeah.
फोकस ऑन आईज,
Yeah,
बट फुल लेंथ के लिए यू फोकस ऑन द सेंटर ऑफ बॉडी.
yeah.
बट इफ आई यूज F8 और F16 जैसे मुकेश साहब ने बताया,
Mhm.
तो व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इफ आई फोकस इन द आईज? आप सेंटर ऑफ द बॉडी में क्यों फोकस करते हो? आई नो द कैमरा हाइट मे बी दैट, but focusing should be in the eyes. That is what I learned. So I want to understand.
Whenever
that.
you use the higher aperture, it can be managed. You know, you won't see the difference. But if you could spot on the focus on the eyes, you could find the difference. But when it takes a long picture, I mean head to feet, then you have to balance or to from safe side. Better you get all through the body with the same focusing, same details. That is safe side. For safe side is go. But then if you go on the spotlight, on the your light may be different. Then if you adjust again the light intensity, you will see the light, because camera is seeing light on the face is more, so you will undermine the lower one.
Okay, sir. I got it.
If
Thank you.
you focus on the middle, it will be balanced light.
Okay.
And when you are using the higher aperture, focusing will be almost the same. But focusing on the spot is have a different effect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very good. Anybody else? Any question? No. So let me say something before I request our secretary, Dr. Chotu Upadhyaya, to give vote of thanks. Just after going this session, I have got something in my mind. We try to incorporate the pictures clicked by the non-members of DCC also, and we put one or two pages. So any members of this DCC Masterclass WhatsApp group, they want to send their images, they can send to the email. I will also share the email also, and then I will keep one page for non-DCC members photographs clicked during last month. Say for the forthcoming issue in the month of December, the photographs clicked in the month of November should be sent to the email I will share on this DCC Masters Class WhatsApp group. This is one thing. Second thing, I request all the members of DCC Masters Class WhatsApp group to take part in the free entry photo contest of Dhanbad Camera Club, having some cash prizes, but the prizes are not very important. Important is the participation and recognition. So I'll request all of you to take part in our forthcoming photo contest. It is open now, and I will share the poster also. I will also share the PDF file of the DCC November bulletin to this group very soon. Just after the finishing the session, I will share the PDF file to the group. Okay, now I'll request Sekhar Chattopadhyay, our secretary, and I can say a few words about him before he speaks. He is a multi-talented artist.
Yes.
He is a wonderful actor. He is a wonderful director. He is a wonderful, I can say, script writer for, I can say, short film. And he has done a lot in the short film area. Apart from short film, he is developing to be a very good photographer. Just recently in YPS International webinar, he got his first award, silver award of his life. And that's why the DCC is proud of him. And now I'll request Sekhar Chattopadhyay to give vote of thanks.
Sekhar Chattopadhyay, big clap for you.
धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।
Big clap for you.
सबसे पहले मुकेश सर का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा कि इतना मुझे इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए इस तरह से, और जो प्राइज है वो निस्संदेह मेरे लिए बहुत मायने रखता है और आगे बढ़ने के लिए भी बहुत उत्साहित किया मुझे।
मोटिवेशन है।
और मैं थैंक्स देना चाहूंगा आज जितने भी लोग हमारे फोटोग्राफर्स हैं और भी लोग जो डीसीसी के मेंबर हैं, जो आउटसाइडर हैं, जितने भी लोग इस वेबिनार में आए, इस मास्टर क्लास में आए, उनका सबका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा मैं, और उम्मीद करूंगा कि आगे भी इस तरह से हमसे जुड़े रहेंगे। अनिल निशान सर ने काफी समय दिया, खास करके जितना खूबसूरत ढंग से मुकेश सर ने बनाया था बुलेटिन को, इतनी खूबसूरत ढंग से उन्होंने उसे प्रेजेंट भी किया। इसलिए बहुत बहुत आभार सर आपका। बहुत सारे लोग हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं, मैं देख रहा हूँ स्क्रीन पे नाम, सभी का शुक्रिया इतना कीमती वक्त देने के लिए। और सबसे लास्ट में मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा सुब्रतो दास सर का, और ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आपने अपने आंखों से जो देखा वो आपके आंखों से हमारे आंखों के जरिए हमारे दिल और दिमाग पे छा गया, और इसके थोड़ी सी भी कुछ भी थोड़ा सा पार्ट अगर हम लोग अचीव कर ले तो शायद आज का ये मास्टर क्लास सफल होगा। और मुकेश सर जिस तरह से एक के बाद एक प्लानिंग करते जा रहे हैं, हम जितने फोटोग्राफर्स हैं उनके डेवलपमेंट के लिए, तो दिल से उनके लिए शुक्रिया, आभार। और हमारे सुवर्णा मैम ने जिस तरह से इंट्रोड्यूस किया हमारे गेस्ट को, वो भी काफी बधाई के पात्र हैं। और अंत में आज के इस शानदार कार्यक्रम के लिए पूरे डीसीसी मेंबर को चाहूंगा।
थैंक यू।
थैंक्स सुब्रता, बहुत अच्छा लगा आज।
Thank you. I am fortunate enough that I got a chance here to speak, to share my experience with you. It is always very much fond of you. So DCC is also very much known to me. Because I think from the very first day, I have information about DCC. I always wish all the best for you. So whenever I get chance to get associated with this, I am always there.
Yeah, I know that, and we are assured of that.
And Mukherjee is our also IPS one great part. He always this time due to Corona he couldn't come join us, but we always wish he with us always. The students are also very much in favor of him. They are asking us why we are not getting it this year. I know this is due to the situations. So all the best to everybody. And thanks, I thank everyone for giving patience hearing to me. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now, good night to all, and we will meet again next month on 12th of December with the new master, Krish Kapoor sir from Kausani, and he is a wonderful mountaineer, a wonderful nature photographer, wonderful landscape photographer, and he will present the works he has seen. Okay, good night.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you. Have a good.